this genocide of a thing, with this terrorism here and there, that thing is intensifying seriously. It's all over the news that these people they are not holding back. They seem to be daring. We talked about it previously. Why they may be doing that? Probably they know quite all right that even if the US will intervene, it's a process. It will take some time. So probably they want to use that lifeline to cause the worst havoc or whatever, probably maximize their fortune or whatever, their income here and there, to be able, so that at the end of the day they will be able to retire or go down, or rather go below the radar for some time while they enjoy what they have looted so far. Now the problem is, it's becoming worse. They are still killing. Yesterday I read a report. Even in the US, one of these US organizations reported that for the last 2 weeks, they killed about, is it 15, between 15 and 20 Christians more. It's sort of for the so that means even since the announcement of this Donald Trump or whatever, it has not deterred them. Now that brings me to this concern. It's not really a concern, because anything that will affect Tinubu, it's positive to me. That's just the truth. Now we all know that people in government, Tinubu's government, are involved. I'm part of the names that have been published that are sponsors of Boko Haram and insurgency in Nigeria, in the north. So obviously he knows them. Do you think that the north wants to use this against Tinubu? Do you think that there is a part of the northern cabal who are very displeased with Tinubu, who want to use this issue of insurgency weapon, to push Tinubu out of power by intensifying the entire insecurity problem? As such, force the US to intervene and interfere in a presidential election, to probably I talked about a way to do that. They don't have to come there physically. They can blackmail. Tinubu has a lot of baggage in his background, a lot of corrupt baggages in his background. So probably use blackmail to compel him to a kind of to do it. They will do it in a very subtle way to weaken his position for someone else to win the election. Sort of, I don't know. Those guys, they know how to do it. Do you think this could be that the northern power bloc may be using this insurgency to actually deal with Tinubu, to pull him down?
That question has to be answered with reference to, of course, from the beginning, that was the
Okay, before let me play this video, because there was a piece or whatever in Katsina that took place. Hold on, please. Let me play this video. Barrister, now this were the insurgents. They came out. They were trying to organize a peace meeting, a sort of. So, that was in Katsina, a local government in Katsina, to sign a peace deal. Let me read a part of. Hold on, please. Okay, no, that's not it. All right. These people are just they are not even hiding anymore. We used to know terrorists as people who just come out from their hiding, strike and go back. Come out from their hiding. That was their modus operandi. But today in Nigeria, I don't understand. What we have now is terrorists who are now governing communities, imposing levies and taxes on the local communities, sort of. So they even have government, for God's sake. They have government, which means they are open. They are not hiding anymore. If they have a government over communities that are established communities, it means that they are not in the hiding anymore. What is happening? Why won't I don't know what now? We talked about these people probably trying to sabotage Tinubu as a result for the purpose of bringing his government down. I don't know why can't Tinubu? I don't understand. This whole thing is so the complexity of it is just inexplicable. I don't understand. Why can't Tinubu? These people are. Why can't Tinubu give the security chiefs a marching order to get these people? These people are not high. Look at them drive, actually riding bikes and driving, doing everything. All the activities are within the public. What is a problem, barrister? So I don't get it. Again, my question: do you think that the Northerners, the Northern Power Bloc, are trying to use this to frustrate Tinubu? And if it is so, why can't Tinubu give the service chiefs a marching order to bring these people down? They are not in the hiding.
Yes, from the beginning, this insurgency was targeted at bringing down the government of Jonathan, and it largely succeeded. By the time Buhari came back, Buhari became president after Jonathan had been removed, they were in a dilemma as to what to do with the insurgency. But they realized that after 8 years, the possibility of the government going back to the south was there. So it was ideal to keep the insurgency in case it was needed, to keep this apparatus in case it was needed. At first, if you hear about the Muslim ticket, they were very optimistic that they will control Tinubu's government. So they were not bothered, but they knew at the back of the mind that they ought to have a trump card, something they can use to blackmail the government in case things did not go well. And things are not going well because Tinubu has decided to be his own person. He is not playing entirely to their agenda. So they are not happy. If they have a way, they will remove Tinubu. But they are now in a greater dilemma because the South has to rule for 8 years. So if they remove Tinubu, who else is there? Any other person they bring from the South, there's no guarantee that he will do only 4 years and go away once the person takes power. So the dilemma that the Northern Power Bloc has now is so acute that some of them are beginning to think that, well, let's allow him to just finish his 8 years so that we will take up. But the insecurity has to be maintained as a sort of bargaining chip, blackmail and negotiation tactics. We continue to blackmail the government for whatever we can get out of it. I don't think it is to be used to bring him down because the alternative has not been, cannot be certain for them. They cannot bring another Northerner if the Tinubu is removed. Somebody from the South has to be there. And where is the guarantee that another person from the South will not go for 8 years when he has the power? So that is the big dilemma that they are in. At the same time, the insurgency, the insecurity is still there as a weapon of blackmail to extort concessions and other things.
Now, talking about power moving to the north after 2027, 2027. So we have 2031, right? Yeah,
2031. Yes,
by 2031. So do we even have the guarantee that Bola Tinubu will stand by this gentlemanly agreement?
Look, Nigeria is such a country that it's only somebody from the north that can perpetuate himself in power.
Okay.
Anybody from the south, including Tinubu, that tries third term. And you know, the north as
No, it's not
vote,
even about third term. It's about supporting someone from the south after him.
it will not work because it will be the turn of the north. The north with one voice, and people from the south themselves. We know the southerners are not very particular about maintaining power. Once once they take their turn, they are always ready.
Yeah, ready to handle. Yes.
Power to return back to the north. So when that situation comes, even people from the south, even a majority of them will say, no, it is not our turn again. So the north will have ready supporters from the south to take the power, whichever way you look at it. So it is difficult for. Why do you think Obasanjo had issue with third term? It was going to be impossible for him to deliver on the third term because the North will speak as one voice and they will get ready supporters from the South who will say, look, we have done our 8 years. It's easier for Southerners to return the power than for Northerners. It's always, look, when Buhari did 8 years, was he not supporting Ahmed Lawan to be president? If not that Tinubu outmaneuvered them, they were supporting. And if he had come out openly and back Ahmed Lawan, it would have even been difficult for Tinubu to maneuver, to outmaneuver them. But he was doing it in secret, and that gave Tinubu the power to outmaneuver him. Because he did not come out publicly, it was easy for these people to say, look, Buhari is not supporting anybody. But if he had come out openly, it would have been difficult for Tinubu to succeed in the APC. So this is the political equation in Nigeria. If anybody says they are using the Northern political bloc, is using power bloc, is using the insurgency to remove Tinubu, it's not so because they are not sure what will come after him. The opinion in the North today is tending towards let's allow this man to finish his 8 years so that we can legitimately take our power back without much ado and then do what we want to do with it. That's where the equation is going now. That's where the trend is going now.
Okay. All right. I think it makes sense because I don't even know why. My point is, okay, I don't even know why. I think we know why, the possible reason why the insurgency just intensified. Even after the threat of U.S. intervention, because these people are still going, they are just going on rampage everywhere now. They're just all over the place, committing
and the second
havoc.
thing, the second thing you have to know is that a group in the North is trying to present Trump's intervention as a religious matter between Christians and Muslims. So once it's a religious matter, no matter it is no more who is at fault, it is your religion versus us. So we must support ourselves. So a group in the North is now taking that position. And when they take that position, by implication, they are in support of the insurgency. Once you take that position that this is a religious issue between us and them, then of necessity and by implication, you are supporting and protracting and wishing that the insurgency continue.
But Barrister, you didn't answer this question. Perhaps you don't have a clear answer to that. I can understand that. But my question is, these insurgents, they are not only invading communities, they are taking over communities and and establishing a government for themselves there. They are now the government of these host communities where they impose levies and taxes that you can't even go to your farm. Farmers cannot even go to their farm without paying anything as levy or tax.
It is not now that this has been happening. It has been happening for a long time, even from the beginning of the insurgency. It's not just a new
So
development.
that's my point. So why is the
Right
government,
from
what is the problem? I don't get it. Why will the
right
government not intervene, take care of, take care of this issue once and for all? It is easy. It means that because if you have a system that if you have a governing system that administers in a community, it means that that governing system is a human face. It has a human face. It is not invisible. They are operating from within the limelight. It's not in the secret. They are not. This is no longer terrorism. Terrorists, they are in hiding. They hide, go out
they
and
are,
strike, come back, go back to hiding again. But this one, they are actually administering governance.
yes, there are reasons for that. Lest we forget, when Boko Haram started in Maiduguri, people were voluntarily making contributions to Boko Haram.
Unfortunately,
It
yes.
came in the form of religion. It was like a religious duty. People were paying taxes voluntarily to Boko Haram people. In the villages, people they were coming to mosques and preaching. They were gathering people and preaching, and people were contributing food and money to them. So they have their ideology sits well with a good percentage of the people in the first place. Then secondly, because of government and our official security inaction in the remote villages and other places where the people have not seen any government presence, any military presence, the people have been left helpless because these insurgents impose taxes and fines. For you to go to market, for you to marry, for you to do anything, you pay to them. And there's absolutely no presence of government, no presence of security agents. So the communities are left helpless. In order for them to continue with their life, they strike an arrangement with the insurgents. And the arrangement results in the insurgent putting taxes and other requirements for the community to do. Sometimes they give a lump sum of money that you must produce this amount, or monthly you'll be paying social amount. Otherwise, you will not go to farm. You will not carry out religious activity. You will not carry out marriage ceremonies and other things. So these people are helpless. They have nowhere to turn to. So they have to strike a deal with the insurgents. That is just the position. They
So
call them, they say to, and the insurgents give condition to them. So if you say the insurgents are governing, you are right, but it is under those circumstances. The people have no hope.
yeah, that is the failure of government.
Total failure of
That's
government.
the failure of government, for God's sake. I don't get it. That is just, it is, the corruption stinks to high heaven, unfortunately.